Hey everyone, thanks for visiting mtlbasspros.com. We hope you're enjoying these little video updates. We just got back from beautiful Lake Memphremagog for Pro Bass Canada's opener, and we figured we'd do a final video update to let you guys know how the tournament day unraveled. As we discussed first thing in the morning, we headed out to a shallow rock pile pattern to see if we could put together some bonus fish, and it ended up being the best decision because it saved our tournament day with an 11-pound bag. Like we discussed in our midday video, we were working our shallow sand flat in the 7 to 10 foot range and really not putting anything in the boat. It seemed to have changed in 2 days entirely. Now, after a little bit of reflection, we realized that a major thunderstorm had rolled through about 3 minutes before we got to our shallow flat. And with that thunderstorm, you could feel inside of you the pressure change. Now, was it an up pressure, was it down pressure, we're not sure, but it seemed to shut the fish down entirely. Now, after that, like we discussed, we headed up to our deep water spot where Nick had caught that big 4-pound fish. And unfortunately, believe it or not, in the entire lake, we pulled up there and there was a bass boat sitting directly on our waypoint. Now, this is not something that was a point or a visible hump. It was a weed line that was sitting in the 15 to 20 foot of water range. And I guess this boat had seen the exact same thing we did. Unfortunately, after about 20 minutes of fishing it once they left, confidence was obviously gone due to the lack of fish on our line. So we decided to say, you know what, let's just work points all the way back up for the next 2 hours. Unfortunately, we never put one more fish of quality in the boat. We ended up catching about 15 or 20 more fish, but all of them in the 1.5 pound range, so we never increased our limit. When we got to the weigh-in, we were actually surprised to see that our 11-pound bag landed us 20th place out of 50 teams. So, are we happy? No. Practice seemed to have been giving us a better indication we had a better score. But are we disappointed? Definitely not. It is our first time on Lake Memphremagog, and I believe next time we've seen enough of the lake to put something probably a little better together. First place was Mike DeForge with Jay McCormack with a 16 3/4 pound bag. Very impressive because Mike DeForge is a fantastic fisherman and he's never been to Magog before. Similar to us, but he caught almost a 17-pound bag. Second place was Charles Sim and his partner Dave Moray. They finished with a 16-33 bag, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, Mike DeForge was the last one to weigh in, so he knocked Charles off the hot seat by about 0.15 pounds, which was kind of impressive. And third place was Pro Bass Canada's Team of the Year last year, Yves Gagnon and Mike Giard. I think it had about 15 3/4 pound bags, so congratulations to all of them. At the end of the day, talking to the winners, we saw that the winning pattern, as we had figured, was a weed line, jerkbait, drop-off bite, which we worked. Unfortunately, ours was a flat with a weed line. These guys seem to be fishing primarily drop-offs that had weeds in the 10 to 20 foot of water range. Now, is that everything that they did? Maybe, maybe not, but that's what we had heard from them after the weigh-in. Reason being, fish were in a transition phase. They were moving from spawning grounds to summer patterns, and they were in full post-spawn early summer pattern mode. So basically meaning they were moving almost every single day, just following food and fattening them up. We caught some fish that were absolutely thin to gigantically fat. So that's showing us that fish are in different transition phases, but they're all moving through relatively the same areas. So all in all, we're very, very happy with the way the tournament went. Disappointed that we didn't have a good score. Happy that we went to a lake that we've never been to before and figured out a pattern that could have worked well. At the end of the day, could we have done something better? Maybe, maybe not. But, you know, you have to learn every tournament and you have to speak to people and find out what they did and hopefully, you know, build on that next year. So, at the end of the day, we're satisfied. Lefebvre tournament is next week, and then the old Lefebvre tournament out of Lefebvre, Ontario. If anybody's not fishing and they want to come check in the weigh-in, it's at the municipal launch in Lefebvre, Ontario. Should be about 100-120 teams. Great largemouth fishery, so it should be a lot of fun. Big bucket mouse, flipping them in the weeds. So that should be a lot of fun. And we hope you guys are enjoying all these little video updates, and keep visiting mtlbasspros.com. There's going to be weekly updates, videos, tips, techniques, and prizes to be won. So hope you guys are enjoying it.